Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Career Conversations here at UC Merced. My name is Robert Goodman. I am the Natural Sciences Career Specialist here at the University of California, Merced. It's my role here to make you as competitive as humanly possible, but also give you great information that may really help you thrive in your career direction. Today, I have a very special guest that's joining us today. It is our own student producer for our show as part of the Student Success Internship Program here at the University of California, Merced. We'll explore that program a little bit further, and today I am joined by Hans, who is the person behind the scenes who helps with a lot of the editing, a lot of the bells and whistles of the show, the music, the graphics, and making sure that the show is very sound. Welcome, Hans.
Hi. Happy to be here. After months of editing other people beyond this side, I can't believe I'm the one in the chair now.
Absolutely. And so we'll begin today, even though you've heard this question asked over and over and over again, we will begin today with the question. It's the question that's given out in interviews all across the world. It's the number one question that usually is asked as number one. And the question that I have for you today, Hans, is tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Hans Gillian. I am a junior here at UC Merced, slated to graduate December of 2024. I am a computer science and engineering major. I've always thought I wanted to do computer science, and one of the big emphasis for me recently has been trying to connect my major and my career with my passion in video editing, videography, and photography. And that's where this program comes in. As part of the Student Success Internship, I am the video editor and the content producer of the Career Conversations podcast here at the Career Center, allowing me to work both with my passion for, again, video editing with my career in computer science.
Awesome, thank you. And so that actually goes into my next question for you, which is, in terms of the SSI program itself, tell our audience members a little bit about what you currently do.
Yeah. So what I currently do within the Career Center is the Career Conversations podcast is a way for students, whether you're interested in joining UC Merced or undergraduates who are already here. Give them the resources to go into a variety of fields. We bring in specialists from any field, computer science, natural sciences, STEM of any major, and we just ask them, what they do in their field, how they have contributed, why students should join the field, and then on top of that, resources on how to, how to get students to, join these fields, how to be better prepared, how to have one leg up in the competition. And my job is to be able to make it all, add graphics to the videos, edit it. I make YouTube shorts for to make the longer episodes into condensed 1 minute, easier to digest content. And yeah, it's a little bit about what I do here.
It sounds great. You do a lot actually, because behind the scenes you're always making great recommendations. You're always saying what if we do this? What if we try this? And so you really do a good job of sort of giving us a more ideal version of what this show could possibly be. So I appreciate that. In terms of how you got involved with SSI itself, could you maybe give some recommendations and tips to our next generation of students that may be going into this program? Because obviously we only carry SSIs for only 1 year, and then a new group of students get the opportunity to go in and gain that experience. Could you give some recommendations to some of our students that may be also applying to the SSI program in the future?
Yes, I should probably actually go over what the Student Success Internship actually is and how it works. Because when I didn't even know this program existed until the beginning of the school year. The idea of the Student Success Internship is it allows faculty and staff and professors to be able to have a project and get students to work on it through research. It is a 6 to 8 month um, project in which you work with the mentor in um, what they want, how they want their project to be done. Um, it has a stipend at the end for that goes into a scholarship for your tuition, and I guess one of the big things that reasons why I didn't really realize is because the time frame to apply for these things. First off, it's on Handshake. The second thing is that the window's fairly short. It's around I want to say September, October. I applied around early October, and then they're gone. Once that's over, once I think it's roughly, I could be mistaken, 30 or so. Once they're gone until the next school year. So definitely one of the main things is have Handshake active. Make sure you're constantly looking at your Handshake for notifications on upcoming positions that are opening up within UC Merced. That will be your way of seeing when the student success internships are actually open. Um, on top of that, I actually found out about this through one of the career fairs here on campus. There was a career fair early in the first semester where it was just about organizations and opportunities within UC Merced itself. And that's where I found a tabling about, hey, student success internships are opening up within the coming couple of weeks. You should check it out. And that was what actually got me to like search through Handshake to actually be notified. And there's a wide range of things that you can do within the student success internship. I'm in video editing and more technology based, but there's also research in natural sciences, in essentially a lot of the like research that you would see similarly to like UROC and other things. So to summarize, I guess, make sure keep your Handshake active, go to career fairs, try to put yourself out there to see when opportunities come up, and apply between September and October when the student success internships are actually open.
That's good advice. In terms of the application process, could you let them know a little bit about your experience and sort of what worked very, very well? And I can give them my perspective also of your application because I remember it. But any tips that you can suggest, like as they're going through that application process for the Student Success Internship Program? I'm sure we're actually getting quite a few views on that from individuals that just finished the fair itself right now. Any tips on like what to put into that application onto that resume?
Yeah, so all student success internships require a cover letter and a resume. So in terms of the resume, uh, for if you obviously if you have experiences, put the experiences that are catered toward the position you're applying to. Make sure you use, if you look in the job description, there'll be keywords that will be catered toward like what you're actually going to be doing in the position. Make sure to use those words in the resume, like and cover letter. Those are free words that like will boost your cover letter, will boost your resume, will boost your application, because that's what they're looking for. Essentially, that's just what they're looking for. On top of that, if you are in a position where you don't have a lot of experience outside of school-related, course-related opportunities, one thing you can do is definitely UC Merced, in the way the academics work here, is that a lot of the projects can be used as experience, especially if you're applying for an on-campus research position such as the SSI. Put in your projects, put in your coursework, definitely put in the courses that you've taken here at UC Merced to show how active, like how you are academically, and then within your cover letter, you can go more in depth in those classes about those courses and your projects and how they relate to the SSI position that you're going for. And so after applying, and I can't even remember how long the wait was, but it wasn't too long, around a week. Um, you'll be given, like, if you're move up to the next step, there is some, depending on the faculty or staff, there'll be like an interview process where you'll go in, meet with the mentor or faculty or staff that made the position, talk with them, um, and yeah, you figure out like how what you can provide for the project, for the internship itself, and you go from there.
Sounds good, and I can give you some of my
Yes.
ideas as well. If you are applying for a student success internship program, it is so key to actually tailor your resume towards the actual position that you're applying to. Show them that you can go in and you have the passion and at least some of the background to actually do the role a little bit. So as a student, if you are applying to this program, this is great advice that Hans just gave you. So hopefully you do take those suggestions into play. In terms of your overall experience so far in the program, what do you think of it so far?
I think it's been an amazing experience the past 6 months, honestly. One thing I didn't realize, I knew that going into it that I would be able to do things that I enjoyed: video editing, putting up graphics, being able to understand how a podcast works. The one thing I didn't realize going into it was the connections. Between every podcast, I'm able to talk with the people that Robert brings into each episode in the podcast, and just have like short snippets of like, hey, just by asking my own questions about what they do and just connecting with other people who are already in the industry was something I didn't realize going into it, and it's been something that I've always wanted in an internship position, in an internship opportunity, was to not only enjoy the experience but be able to grow from it and see it as a way to launch myself into the next big thing, especially as I'm going to graduate. So definitely the connections, and on top of all that, actually, because going into it, I knew it was more of an emphasis toward video editing and less of an emphasis on computer science. But as I slowly began to realize, I ended up doing computer science anyway. I troubleshoot and work with a lot of the technical equipment before podcasts to make sure everything's working, trying to make sure that the setup is right and improving upon the setup. And so I feel like this internship just gave me everything that I wanted and more.
Now, I remember when you first started, I was telling you stories, right, about
Yes.
like, hey, every time I do these podcasts, some sort of technical issue always pops up, and I'm glad you got to experience the
Yes.
true nature of these things. A lot of interesting technical. What do you think has been the most technical, challenging aspects of this so far?
Technical.
Wait, was it the recent one or was it?
Okay. Actually, as far as the recent one of the PC just shutting down, I think the most like the most unique one has been when you went to Denver and having to help you out through only emailing in a different time zone just to be able to get it set up like just hours before, the big live episode.
That was fun. I remember that. Was that the one? Like, if you go through these channels again,
Yes.
if you go through these episodes, you'll clearly see me sitting in a different environment and just looking like I'm really sweaty because that entire setup like happened within 30 minutes, and I had to tear it all down during that time as well. And I remember that. I'm like, hey, Hans, the it's not working. The sound's not working. How do I know that this is gonna work?
It's all through emails.
Yeah. And so that was fun. Yesterday was, or the other ones,
Yes.
previous, we had a computer that just shut down completely. You couldn't get power to it, and this was like a minute before the actual podcast was supposed to begin. That was also interesting as well.
Yes,
Um,
definitely.
yeah, so it's an interesting experience working with the technical tools of the show.
Absolutely.
Well, we come to the time where it's everyone's favorite question. And anyone who's a fan of the show knows that I am no fan of bubblegum ice cream. It's disgusting to me. I just don't get it. It's if you're gonna chew, or if you want that bubblegum flavor, why not just chew bubblegum? Why do you have to freeze it and like eat it like some random? There's this pink ice cream that just tastes like you're supposed to chew it. And so, for me, this question is always something I ask guests. And Hans, you've heard this over and over again.
Yes, I have.
We've had debates, hours of debates over this. Uh, what is your favorite ice cream flavor, and why is it not bubblegum?
I have been waiting to get this question after hearing it the first time and editing it in every single episode to be able to finally get this question and finally say that I actually like. No, I'm kidding. I don't actually like buffalo ice cream. Um, it actually was kind of difficult to pick one just because I just like ice cream, but definitely if I had to pick one, it would be melon ice cream. It's very nostalgic for me. I remember as a child, my family would take me to a restaurant. It was like the dessert thing that they would give for free, and it was just like I got hooked on it. And um, as, along with it being my favorite ice cream, it's also weirdly hard to find. I think I've only found it twice before, like in like an Asian market, and I rarely get it. But when I do, it's like the best week ever. Just being able to eat that for a week, but not bubblegum ice cream. Not no, I don't have as vocal of um I don't have a vendetta around bubblegum ice cream, but
I don't know if it's a vendetta. I just I don't know. It's like I just don't get it.
no, yeah, I don't get it either. But you know, it's not bubblegum ice cream, that's for sure.
Excellent. Well, appreciate you sharing with our audience
Yes.
your analysis of ice cream. So back to really the Student Success
Yes.
Internship Program. Um, my question for you is what comes next for you? Based off of this experience, you now have exposure and experience to this marketplace. What's your next step?
Well, the next step, as for all CS majors, actually is is more internships, whether on campus or off campus, especially with third years. It's a pivotal part for CS majors to. I'm sure with other majors too, but from the people that I'm around, getting an internship in your third year is a big thing. Um, so the goal now is with the connections I've made here, the skills I've learned, especially as um, secondary IT position here with the Career Conversations podcast, is utilizing those skills, updating resume, updating cover letter, and um, applying for more within off campus with other industries within computer science. In the interview process, it would be really difficult without this internship to like say how I could contribute to um, another project or another computer science internship, because this has really allowed me to realize what my strengths are, what I need to improve on, and on top of all of that, having the connections. I now know people within the industry that I can contact, people that will be able to help me, um, find other positions, find other opportunities. And so that's a little bit of what's to come for me.
And I know you'll find something. You've been a great help to us on the show. It is, by the way, we're recording this on March 15th. And so you're not done yet. You still got another month with
got
us. But I know you'll go far based off of a lot of the great work that you've done for us here on the show this year. So, and I say that because I know that there's more podcasts coming.
Yes,
So
definitely.
there's more in the pipeline that will be coming out on the show. So with that, anything else? Any closing remarks for our audience? Probably an audience full of students that are eager to apply to the Student Success Internship program. Any closing remarks that you would want to talk about?
Yeah. When it comes to internship hunting and job hunting, there will be a lot of times, more likely than not, that you will get the answer no rather than yes. I've definitely, before this internship, a lot of times have just been hoping for a position and then getting through to multiple stages and then for it to just kind of fall flat. And I feel it's discouraging. It's definitely discouraging at the start, but the biggest thing is no matter if you get a yes or no, whether you actually get the internship or not, every opportunity is an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to grow, to adapt, to learn that how you do better on the interview, how you do better on the resume, on the cover letter. Um, you get used to it. You get used to being able to get right back up after every fall, and eventually, all of those experiences of oh I should do better. I should have put more stuff on my cover letter. I should have put a little bit more keywords in my resume. In the interview process, maybe I should have talked more about this or this, and you use that. You use that in the next interview, in the next application, and eventually, with those skills and you becoming better at the interviewing and job application process, I mean, at some point, you're going to get that internship. You're going to get that job, and it's just a matter of time.
All right. Well, I appreciate you being on today's program today. And you'll see Hans even more in more videos to come. He's in the background for a lot of our videos.
Yeah.
And so you'll see him pop in from time to time in a lot more of our videos coming up. Please do subscribe so that when those new videos do pop up, you will get notified. And then in addition to that, please do check out some of these great other career conversations that we're offering in the end cap that should be showing up right now. So thank you so much, Hans, for coming by the studio today. Appreciate your thoughts, and good luck, students, if you are applying to those Student Success Internship programs in the future. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.